The opinions expressed of this show are for entertainment purposes and should not be misconstrued or interpreted as fact. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
We are back for week 8 college football here on the Tailgate. Thank you guys for tuning in early on a Saturday morning with us. You could be anywhere in the world, and you choose to be here with my guy Wine Time, Moose Money Bets, Guns, and myself. We thank you. We love you. As y'all know, this is a best bet-driven show. So instead of a bunch of formalities, we're going to put the first game up there. And I'm just going to go ahead and disclose this now, guys. If you hear my voice, it's going to go in and out. I'm going to be on and off today. You're still going to get all my bets. Good news is Wine Time, Moose, and Guns are going to hold it down no matter what. And we have best bets from our guy, Kong. Jose, who is 9-1 in college football. Shout out to Jose. Gorky's going to come in. Maybe my dude Dutch slides through. But what I'm saying is we got a huge day of college football, and we're ready to get you guys paid. So without further ado, let's go ahead and slide one of these early games up on the screen.
Let's go.
Looks like we're going to throw the LSU Vanderbilt game up there to start here. Yeah, we got a banger here for the first one, guys. Look, I wanted Vanderbilt. I did. I think Vanderbilt played Alabama well. I think the score, obviously, with Jan Miller scoring with 21 seconds was a little bit more out of control than the actual game was. I think they played Alabama very close. I'm high on Diego Pavia in this Vanderbilt offense. However, I would like this line to be at 3 or 3.5, if I'm being honest. The fact that it's 1.5 scares the shit out of me. They say what? You get 3 points as a home favorite, or you get 3 points for being at home in college football. So I guess technically what they're telling you is LSU is the favorite here by a small margin. I haven't bet this game. I might pull the trigger on Vanderbilt, but I want to hear what you guys think. Wine Time, let me know.
Yeah, this is a fun game. I personally don't have a play on this one. This is going to be a good game, but I'm right there with you. I lean Vanderbilt too in this matchup here. It's kind of crazy. I know Vanderbilt's ranked 17. They're having a good season. They got Diego, but would we ever think in this world that Vanderbilt would be a favorite over LSU? It's absolutely crazy, and I think it's mind-boggling. I think it's for a reason. LSU coming to town here. This is a big game for Vandy, and if they want to get to an SEC title game, they got to get through LSU right here. It's a big game for both programs right here. I would only be on Vanderbilt in the spot -2. I'm surprised that they are the favorite in this one. I think from a talent perspective, I think LSU is much more talented than this team, but I think Vanderbilt's got a bunch of dogs out there, and I think they're going to be barking here today, not being the dogs, but just they're going to have that mentality with them going into this game. You said it. They played Alabama pretty close, and outside of that, they've had a perfect season, and Diego's leading the way here. I'm off this game. I'm going to hand it off to Moose right here. What do you got to say about this one, Moose?
All right, we are seeing history today. Vanderbilt is favored in the SEC for the first time since November 24th, 2018.
I think that was wrong. I saw that.
No. It goes back to the 70s, dude.
No, hold on. There's a second. This is the first time Vanderbilt has been favored over LSU in 77 years. That is crazy. That is how long Vanderbilt has been horrific. And now we're seeing them as a favorite. And when the market decided that this was the game to put them as a favorite, a little surprised, but not surprised. I mean, it's LSU. I mean, they're kind of dog water this year. Yes, they can be a legit opponent. They could probably beat anybody in the country, but they are also very capable of losing to anybody from the MAC. I mean, it's just a matter of what they're game planning, what's going on in the behind the scenes. The index has LSU as a pick'em, a -1.5, a -2, a +2.5, and a -9. If you look at last year's game where it was played at LSU and Vanderbilt was an 8-point dog, I don't really see any kind of value on the full game. I think this is kind of, hey, look, if you feel comfortable in Vandy and you really think that the market showing Vanderbilt as a favorite in a spot where they have not been is what you want to do, power to you. The money and the tickets have come in on LSU, according to one of the sites, and another site, they have been coming in on Vanderbilt. So I have split data on where the money is going. The one thing I do have value in here is the first half, where Brian Kelly has not exactly been the most consistent coach in the first half. Vanderbilt, yes, especially this year, they are 3-1-2 money line on first half, and they are 4-2 ATS versus LSU, who, if I pull it up here and find them real quick, they are 1-5 ATS, even though they are 4-2 money line. So I am going to take Vanderbilt first half money, or first half minus a half for today.
You're muted, Cab. Guns, take it away, my guy.
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about this game now. Yeah, I think Moose brought up the key factors on this one. I like taking favorites that have never been in this situation before. This is a Vandy team that I look back in the history in the 80s and the 90s. We've never seen a Vanderbilt football team be a favorite against a ranked opponent since the FBS and the FCS split. That's how long it's been. Vandy's a really good team. They love to run the football. Run first offense, basically. 209 rushing yards per game, 6.6 yards per carry. They're also very good at home on the run game, 7.2 yards per carry. LSU, while they have a good defense overall, and they're like ranked top 5 in the country right now, I think we see some vulnerability, especially when they got into conference play. They've given up 146 rushing yards per game versus conference opponents this year. And I think this is probably everybody's going, oh, this defense is great. Well, they haven't played anybody in the SEC yet in these electric offenses. And also the revenge angle is in this game because Vandy did lose to LSU in the other swamp, 24-17 on the road, 8.5-point road dogs in this situation. Now the line is flipped, making this Vandy team a favorite. We call that line functionality, folks. And this, like I said, I have to take Vandy. I have to take first times with teams. I've done it a couple times in some of the lower conferences. I think Kennesaw State was a favorite for the first time ever in FBS. I took that smacked, and now I'm going to do it again here with Vandy. Money line, though. I got it at minus 120 last night. I couldn't believe I got that line. But that line keeps jumping around back and forth. But Vandy is the spot. Not a huge play, but I just take it for the principle of it. Vandy is the only way I'm going with this game.
So there we go. Vandy love up here. Nussmeyer's look like shit. Like, I'm just going to jump out and say it. That's been one of the key issues for this LSU team is Nussmeyer has not lived up to the bill that he was sold with. But that
for the record, razor sharp picks in the chat. Smartest guy in the room.
Shout out to my razor and everybody in the chat, man. That's a good point, Guns. Let me hit the chat really quick. We got our guy DJ Big Boss. What up, though, Big Boss? Chappie Funk, my dude. It was good to sit back there in the Discord with you. Sports scientist Jacob, Nuke Worker. He said 77 years ago, almost as old as me. Hell yeah, Nuke Worker. Shout out to my dude, man. We got some fucking awesome people in here in our chat right now, man. Destro, good to see you. I love the weed plant as the picture. Pipe Layer, Donut Skills, D-Trip, man. Ross Pitts. If I missed anybody, like my dude, I'm sorry, but we will get to you. Anyways, let's go ahead and put a big one up. And like I said, I'm going to be on and off, guys. I'm going to let these guys take this one because I know they got action in it. And, I mean, what can I say? Wine Time is passionate is not the right word for this game. He is vigorously passionate. Vigorously passionate would be the right combination of words for this game. Georgia Tech, undefeated Georgia Tech, Haynes King, the ex-A&M quarterback, having a good year for him. As an underdog, -3, traveling to take on Duke, who is sitting at 4-2, and as Wine Time said, needs a win badly, whereas Georgia Tech doesn't. I didn't bet this game, but I understand why people are on Duke. Wine Time, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, shout out to Daby Cab. Guys, I broke this game down with Jimmy the Bag earlier this week, full breakdown, so I'm just going to keep it kind of close and let these two take over after me. Yeah, Duke was my first play of the week that I made on Tuesday, made it -120 on the money line. I thought it was a little bit weird that they're a favorite. Then I started digging into it a little bit more, and I like the way this Duke team is playing. I mean, talk about their losses. Yeah, a couple of them. You can't really that Illinois loss. I mean, Illinois is a pretty good team, and it just seemed like an Illinois spot there, even though it was at Duke. But since then, they've really turned it around. This place is going to be rock and roll. And I know it's only 40,000, but this place is going to be rocking. This is the biggest game by far of the year for Duke here. If they take care of business against Georgia Tech, their schedule, man, I mean, they could potentially win out and maybe even go to an ACC title game. Not saying that's going to happen, but everything's on the line for them here rather than Georgia Tech coming in this game undefeated. They can afford a loss here. This game was in Georgia Tech. I would not be on Duke. I like everything Georgia Tech's doing. I like their quarterback. I like their running back. the same time, I like everything Duke's doing. And Manny Diaz, defensive guy, he's adjusting that defense really well. And I think they're going to come up with a game plan to simply stop Haynes King. If you stop Haynes King, that's all you have to do running the football. Don't let him run in open space. He's a tough kid. I get it. He's going to go out there and put his shoulder down every single time. But at the same time, you hit him a little bit harder on some of those hits. And I think they take care of business. I think they're a little bit banged up as well, as Moose was talking about it, which is why we're seeing a -3 now. I mean, Duke is -3 now. It's the clear-cut spot. Even if they lose this game, this play is right every single day of the week. If you put the X and O's together, the market together, injury report, everything, give me Duke. It's one of my better plays this week. Moose, what do you got to say about this one?
I would definitely only be on Georgia Tech here. That's the only side I could bet here. Diaz is 0-4 straight up versus top 25 teams at Duke. He is 3-9 overall against top 25 teams. As a home favorite, he is 2-4 ATS at Duke. He is 9-15 overall. Yes, the line is moving because of Georgia Tech's injuries. They have a cornerback, a starting cornerback that's one of their better pass defenders. Harvey, he is out. They also have their main defensive tackle, Stone. He's one of the main guys in terms of that rush defense and plugging the line. He is also out. So those are some huge misses. But I mean, it's not stopping just Haynes King. It's also stopping, the other guy, Jamal Haynes, the other Haynes. He's also very, very good. And that's what makes that offense so dynamic is it's kind of like a pick your poison. And either way, you're going to the ground. That's kind of what I see happening here is I think this line has gotten a little out of hand. The money has been so aggressively going towards Duke. There's been so many bets put on Duke. And if I go to one of the sites, it's pretty substantial in terms of what you're seeing with the Duke money coming in. At one point, it was up to 80%. It's now calmed down quite a bit. I'm seeing a lot more Georgia Tech money coming in. I believe Georgia Tech actually just took the lead in terms of bet percentage. They went over the 50% mark. So a lot of people waking up today, seeing Georgia Tech as a dog, saying, hey, I've seen them as a dog because on the road as a dog, as an away dog, Brent Key, 8-4 ATS. Those are all fantastic numbers against trends that are awful. And I'm still not sold on Manny Diaz as a coach. He's had plenty of opportunities already this year. We already saw him go down against Illinois, and that wasn't just going down. I mean, they got boat raced in the second half of that game. If you're taking Duke, I can only do it early, but I think this is Georgia Tech here. This would be the side I'd want to be on. I'm not touching it with the injuries because I just don't play injuries well, so I could only be Georgia Tech here.
Yeah, great breakdown, Moose. I could respect anyone that's on Georgia Tech in this spot, honestly, because I think Georgia Tech is the better team. I just think Duke has more to play for, and I think they're going to be well prepared for this game. I like this Georgia Tech team, though. I think they could I think they're going to be in the ACC title when it's all said and done. I think they're that talented. Great breakdown. Guns, take it away, my guy.
The first thing you said backstage was, I feel sorry for anyone who's on Georgia Tech. And now you're going to sit here and lie to Moose.
Well, if you got in at the +1.5 and now you're waking up to seeing +3, I would be pissed off at least.
All right. Here's the deal. And I think it goes with that scenario. You always take an unranked favorite versus a ranked dog. And you have that situation here. But I think in this situation with Georgia Tech, there's validity to it, right? The laundry list of injuries on the defensive side here for Georgia Tech is like the Dead Sea Scrolls. It just keeps adding on, and the line keeps jumping. So Duke really is one of those teams that can stop the run, and Georgia Tech kind of relies on the run, right? You look at their strong run game, 6.3 yards per carry this season, but this Duke defense holds teams to 3.4, and that's a testament to Manny Diaz. He's a defensive-minded guy, and he's well-oriented in these situations. There is a revenge angle here for Duke. Lost to Georgia Tech 24-14 last season. They were 9.5-point road dogs in that spot, but now you're seeing them as a favorite here. I love line functionality plays. I think the books are kind of weighing this thing right. I understand the reservations from a lot of people taking Duke because everybody's talking about Duke and everybody's talking about Vandy. I get it. I understand. Sometimes you want to stay away from those public spots, especially in this type of situation. But I do believe it is a Duke spot. And Mensa did have the turnover bug for a little bit early in the season, especially against Illinois at home. I think he's fixed that because you actually look at the turnover ratio from this Duke team. It's more on the plus side than it is on the minus that we saw earlier in the season. I think +4 turnover ratio versus NC State, +3 turnover ratio versus Cuse, and +4 turnover ratio versus Cal. They're actually flipping the script and not being a turnover team. So I think Mensa is going to be very good in this situation. I really love Duke, but is it going to be my strongest play Saturday? No, I'm not going to put my whole bankroll on it, but I think it is a Duke spot. The only way I'm playing this is Duke pass.
Shout to my guy Troy Torrance. He said, "I want Duke, but this is out of hand." Yeah, it is out of hand.
Also, the reservation. Brent Key is a dog. He just makes money.
Great coach.
He's a great coach, and every time he feels like he's the underdog, that team just gets motivated to play for him. So I understand if people want to take Georgia Tech.
This is my thing too, Troy, though, is sorry to interrupt, Cab, but Duke, I mean, you look at who they've been putting 40 pieces on each of these teams they've been playing the last 3 weeks. And Georgia Tech, I mean, they gave up 20 points to Virginia Tech. They shouldn't have covered that game, probably. Virginia Tech actually was in that game. I think they lost the cover by a half point there. I think Duke's going to be able to score, and I think this is high for a reason as well, guys. I think this goes well over 6. I'm surprised no one's on the over here in this spot. I think Daby Cab wants to talk about that, though. You're muted, Cab.
I got a lot of action today, and I got 3 props that I'm going 3-0 in the props, right? I got 6 total bets. I just don't have one in this game, and I don't have one in the early games. My first 3 bets all kick off at 2:30, so I know that there's a couple other good early games, though. I'll go ahead and throw this one up, and then did you guys want me to put the Arizona-Houston up after this one?
Nah, I'm cool on that game unless these guys want to talk.
Okay, cool. So we'll stay Baylor TCU here. 2 teams that had, aspirations of I don't know what their aspirations were. I'm not gonna lie. Both of these teams have really good offenses and their defenses can't hold fucking water through paper. So look, if I was gonna bet this game, maybe I'd take a shot on the 65.5 over. That's the only way I can see it because I don't trust either of these teams to win this football game. All I trust is the 2 quarterbacks to throw the fuck out of the ball all game. That's what I trust. I trust Robinson. I trust Hoover, and I trust them to throw the ball over the field. And that's about it. So over would be what I would bet on this one. You guys go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, I'm invested in this game pretty heavily. I've got 2 plays in this one, guys. I'm on Baylor plus the 3, and I'm on the over here. I got in at the over 66 at -110, so you might be able to find a better number. Yeah, you touched on it, Cab. 2 teams that like to absolutely score the football. They've been doing it all season long. I thought Baylor's defense was going to be a lot better going into this season. I remember capping them thinking that their defense, the pieces that they brought back and the pieces that they had were going to be enough, but they're not stopping anyone right now. But give this Baylor team a lot of credit. They've been in a lot of close ball games, and they probably had the toughest schedule in the Big 12. I mean, they faced, 2 SEC opponents, I believe, this year, if I'm correct. And TCU, I mean, this team can't stop anyone out there. They got a kid that can absolutely sling it in Josh Hoover. I like his receivers. We've talked about McAllister. Guy's an animal. I mean, no one talks enough about Joseph Manjack. This guy's going to be playing in the league, and he's ain't going to be out there with no gloves either. He's the only wide receiver out there catch balls without fucking gloves. It's crazy, and he doesn't drop a pass. Kids, that's the Manjack's the manliest wide receiver in all of college football. Let's just say that. And we know Josh Hoover is our guy, Daby Cab's guy. I mean, he can sling it. He can make every throw on the field. He's going to be in college for 1 more year. There's no way he's going to be able to leave for the NFL. He's making way too many mental mistakes out there. Baylor, on the other hand, you got Sawyer Robertson. I think he's a better quarterback, more experience and more. I would rather go to war with him than Josh Hoover. Sawyer Robertson's an absolute warrior out there. This guy's a 5th-year guy. He's been around the block. He wasn't even supposed to start last year, and the quarterback went down early, took over the job, took him to 8-9 wins for a Baylor program that should never win 8 or 9 games. I don't get why David Aranda's people ever say he might be on the hot seat because this is a tough place to win here. The only guy that did it was Matt Rule, and he left him in the dust after 1 good year. With that being said here, I think points. You're going to give me those 3 points in my back pocket on the road in TCU. I'm going to take Baylor all day. I think they're the better team. I think they win this game outright. Moose, let me know if you think I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, the market definitely doesn't say you're wrong. My index says you're very wrong, which is that TCU is favored about a touchdown. And that's kind of where this index has. If you guys have questions about anything I'm throwing out there, again, this is a lot of stuff I'm starting to use now. Guns and I were actually kind of talking last night about just the art of trying to better yourself as a bettor. and I'm doing a lot of different things. And one of the things I'm doing this year that I haven't done before is using an index that's using Massey, that's using Sonny Moore, and then there's Sagarin. And then I also use Phil Steele's power ratings as well. So the index on that has TCU favored as a touchdown. And then you go to the market. And both of the money trackers that I'm using both say that money is coming in pretty heavily on TCU. And that line hasn't budged. Like, it is just held firm at 3. And that is a huge sign for Baylor as a side. But I just can't get there. All the trends here for like both teams is like they're 50-50. I mean, Baylor on the road is 8-7 as a dog, and TCU at home as a favorite is like 500, is close to 500. So it's just, I couldn't see an edge here. Index loves TCU, market loves Baylor. I'm not getting in front of I'm not getting in between the feuding market and the index lines. So I'm off of this.
Guns, take it away, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, Moose mentioned a couple of key sites. Okay, if you guys are trying to learn how to cap, Phil Steele, get the plus. It pays $100 for the season, but you get so much good information if you're trying to learn how to statistically cap. And you mentioned Massey ratings. I think Massey ratings are perfect when you're looking at bowls because you can look at the defensive rating, and defense is very important when you're looking at bowls, and it just does a perfect job. But I digress. Talking about this game. It wasn't really on my board, and somebody mentioned it in my live on Instagram on @lose_guns on Instagram. A little selfless plug there. It brought my attention to this game, right? So TCU was a plus. They were a road dog +3 last year. Now the line's kind of flipped the other direction. They did lose to Baylor last year in a very close one, 37-34. But the home team has kind of been the team that's kind of run everything. 4 straight covers. The home team has gotten on this one. And TCU is 4-1 straight up against Baylor in the last 4, and they're coming off a loss from last year. With these offenses, you know they're going to pass. They're very heavy pass-oriented, and both defenses really are vulnerable in the passing game. I think Baylor more so than TCU. But TCU just absolutely very strong at home. They're winning by an average margin of 15 points per game at home. They are giving up a lot of like successful pass completion rate, giving up about 66% at home, and then 261. But they have a better pass rush, and Baylor really doesn't have a good pass rush. And I think that might be the advantage that TCU has in this game. And this is why the line is kind of weighted towards the TCU side. It's not going to be a game that I'm officially taking because something was funky about the game. And I understand if somebody's on the Baylor side, I understand if somebody's on the TCU side, but I do believe this might be a TCU spot, playing at home with revenge. TCU or pass, but it's not on my board.
TCU or pass, but it's not on Guns board. Guys, we've talked about a couple of my games. I want to get to one of your guys' games. What's another game you guys want me to go to this afternoon in the middle slot? Oh, there we go right there. Cab, take it away. You're muted, my friend.
We're gonna slide out of that. We're gonna slide out of that early slate right here. Go to Texas A&M, Arkansas.
Go.
Le'Veon Moss will not be in this game. The running back for Texas A&M. Good news is, they got Reuben Owens, Amari Daniels. They got Smith back there. They've got a stable of backs. However, Le'Veon Moss is a tone setter, just like Jan Miller is for A&M. Le'Veon Moss is not an easy replacement here. But what I did with this game, because of Moss being out, is I took Marcel Reed over 33.5 rushing yards. Guys, fandom aside, I maxed the fuck out of this bet. He's going to get these yards. I'm telling you right now, with Moss out of the game, you got a total sitting at 58.5. This Arkansas defense is hot shit, just so you guys know. Yeah.
We proved that.
Yeah. This Arkansas defense is not good.
What was it again? The over, what was it? Sorry, I'm looking for it right now.
33.5. It's probably 34 or 35 now. I posted it early in the week. I'm sure it's gone up a little. But Marcel Reed over 33.5 rushing yards. As far as the spread goes, I don't know. I do think Arkansas is going to put points up. I have no question about that. Even with how good A&M's defense has been, hardly letting up any first downs on third down. Torian York, the linebacker, has looked outstanding. I still think Arkansas is going to score. Taylon Green has been one of my go-to bets when you want to talk about props. Taylon Green is just electric with the football in his hand. All that being said, I don't need to worry about the spread. I got Marcel Reed over 33.5 yards. Without Moss in the game, he's going to have to be a little bit more active. The coaches, Klein told Moss at the beginning of the year, he said, throw the football. Don't look to run first. Stay in the pocket. Look to throw the football. And we've seen that almost to the detriment of him. There's been so many plays that have just had wide open space in front of him where he hasn't tucked the ball and ran. But without Moss, I think we see a little bit more of the old Reed, who's going to be run first today. So Marcel Reed over 33.5 yards. I'm going to let you guys take this one now.
Moose, I want to hear you and Guns before I touch on this one, because this total has dropped. This total has dropped.
Yeah,
Moose.
let me run.
58.5. Take it over, Moose.
Yeah, that is concerning. That is very concerning. I am on the over here. I'll get out in front of that. I am also I have Texas A&M in a parlay, but the drop from 60 to 58.5 is an absolute red flag. I'm not going to deny that, but let's just look at what the total was last year in a neutral field. The total last year in a neutral field. Sorry, I was looking at
48 or 52 probably.
It was 50.5. So the total went up about 10 points.
Yeah.
That's remarkable. And this is a series that has also been played in Arlington for the last several years. So this is actually the first time that they've actually had a home field advantage. And you look at how the line was set up last year, where A&M was a 6-point favorite on a neutral field. And now at Arkansas, they are a 7.5 point favorite. So that line should have gone down. It didn't. And that's a great sign for Texas A&M. The money has been coming in on Texas A&M. On both of the sites that I use, money has been coming in on Texas A&M. The line has not cracked that 8 mark, but I mean, I'm fine with that. I think that they have it set correctly. The index on the A&M is A&M by 7.5, 5.5, 13, 2.5, 8, 3.5. So it's kind of a little all over the place. I don't really want to try to bet the spread on it if I can find a parlay piece, which I did. So I'm going to take A&M here on the money line, but I am going to be on the over. Both these teams can score. A&M defense on the road hasn't been nearly as dynamic as it has been at home. So I hope Arkansas scores. Taylor Green has looked legit. The Arkansas offense has looked good. But all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes in Arkansas and their coaching changes and all the potential turmoil, we don't know it, but it could be happening anytime there's coaching changes. There's always talk in the locker room about what's going on. So we don't know that. Maybe that's leading to why the total is dropped. But I'm still confident in the over. I think both teams score 30. Give me the over 60. If you have it at 58.5, play that.
Guns, I want to hear your thoughts, but I'm curious, man. Tyler Flowers, just wondering, did you bet that on your own, or did you see me post it and bet it with me? Either way, it don't matter, but I took this too. I called it the big oil money parlay right here. I got A&M and I got literally the exact same number.
I love it. That's a good one, man. That's how you promo that shit.
Yeah, I put a little GIF with somebody coming out of oil underneath it, too, just covered in oil. It was gross. So
it's the bolo tie parlay. We call it the bolo tie parlay with the ivory boots. But you talk about this game. The problem with me like taking this game is this game's always been in Jerry's world, right? This is the first time this has been home, road, whatever.
In a long time.
Yeah. So I don't know how to play this game because when you look at the numbers, it's all neutral site stuff. So I stayed away from it because we haven't seen an actual home away game since COVID. That's the last time that these teams had to play non-neutral sites. So I stayed away. I passed.
Just want to real quick shout out everyone, man. We got up over basically 200 people in the chat on YouTube, up over 300 between X and YouTube. So shout out to all you guys. Share this and hit the like button if you haven't. Maybe like send it to somebody that you know bets on college football. Another degenerate sicko who wants to hang out with us because we welcome everybody in the chat. But thank you guys again. I keep this thing going though. Moose, who was your other parlay piece? You didn't even tell us.
Do we want to get to that game before I give it out, or do you just want me to spoil the parlay?
I guess you can do whatever your heart desires.
Let's wait till we get there. You gotta keep the viewers.
You gotta keep people watching. Hit the like button,
guys. If you're watching in the chat, we've got 200 people in here, guys. Hit the like button. Not even 50 likes. When we get to 50 likes, I'll take a shot.
I want you to break your keyboard hitting the like button. I want you to ruin your mouse hitting the like button. Let's go.
Hey, I was about to go ahead and put that tech game up, but that is a 3:00 game, not a 2:30. Is there another 2:30 that you guys want me to hit? Oh, we got to hit Ole Miss, Georgia, obviously. But is there another 2:30 game that you guys want me to put up before I go to that one?
You want me to talk about the gun belt right now or what?
Hell yeah. I tried to put them all in there. Let me see. I knew because I listen, Guns.
I will always bring a gun belt play for the boys. I will always.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
What game is it?
It's going to be Southern Miss and ULL, Louisiana.
Damn, I thought I got it in here. I guess I don't have that one. Here, I'll go make a
We
banner.
we got this one if you want.
No, we got to go. Next slide, Sullivan. We're going Southern Miss in Louisiana. But this one is in Lafayette. And let me tell you what, this is a 5 p.m. game. It's a very obscure time on this one. But you have ULL as 2-4 on the year, and they're coming off a loss to JMU last week. But Southern Miss coming off a close win against Georgia Southern, 38-35. I've been very high, and I've talked about this Southern Miss team and about the dynamic of it, because you have to understand that Southern Miss was one of the worst teams in college football, if not the worst team in college football. They only beat one team last year in the FCS and didn't win an FBS game at all. But what they did is they went and got the Marshall head coach, Charlie Huff, and he brought half the team that won the Sun Belt, the Gun Belt. Cease and desist on the Sun Belt. But you have a run-oriented team here with ULL. They want to run the ball 184 yards per game, 5.4 yards per carry. Southern Miss defense only allows 33.7 yards per carry on the ground and 2.5 yards per carry on the road. They're playing on the road here today. And Louisiana defense, not very good this year, giving up 414 yards of total offense to their opponents, 216 on the ground, 69.1% pass completion rate. They also allow 31 points per game to their opponents and 38 points per game versus conference opponents. This is a very good matchup. These teams meet every single year virtually. ULL is 0-8 ATS all time versus Southern Miss. They beat Southern Miss last year for the first time in the history of the matchup, 23-13. However, they did not cover the spread. Of course, you're going to beat Southern Miss. Everybody beat Southern Miss last year. They were 17-point road favorites in that situation. Now, Southern Miss is a 3.5-point favorite on the road. Line functionality here, folks. Southern Miss with revenge. This team is going to butt thump these raging Cajuns here today, or the Gun Belt. We're going to be taking Southern Miss minus 3.5.
Southern Miss minus 3.5. Well, I got to hear that ODU one later because I'm going to take a bet from each one of you guys today. I already tell Daby Cab on Marcel Reed. I'm going to tell Guns on either one of those two games. And I'm going to tell my guy Moose on something too that I'm not involved in. So we'll get to that game soon. Is there a game specifically, Moose, that you want me to bring up right now that's at the 12:30 slot that we haven't talked about that you're involved in?
Let's see.
Or just a game in general. Whatever game.
I mean, why don't we do Northern Illinois and Ohio?
I don't know if we have a graphic for that, but if we do, I will find it.
Oh, I definitely didn't ask for that graphic.
We're the dirty. Like, we should preemptively tell people. I'm like, listen, we're gonna be in the dirt today. Me and Luke are dirty.
Hey, whenever
Wherever
you
can find the cash, guys. Wherever we can find the cash.
Whenever you guys finish this one, we got our guy Kong backstage and Wine Time. I'll stay back here for now just to handle the clicking to make it easy.
You got it. Moose, let us take it over, my guy. We don't have a graphic for it, and then we'll bring on our guy right after that.
Yeah, I'll be quick on this one. So if you look just kind of how Ohio and Northern Illinois have been playing this year, both of these teams have just been ridiculous to the under. And I think that they have 2 or 3 combined total overs. And last year, the game was set at 45.5. And this is after coming down from a series where the game was set in the 60s and the 50s. In 18-19, you had these games in the 50s, and you go, okay, well, they kind of started changing the play time, the pace of play, and now you start to see the play go down. You go from 65 and 22 to 45.5 in 23, and now we're down to 42.5, and this did get under 42, got down to 41.5. And now it's starting to kind of creep back up. I think people are kind of going, hey, that's too low a number for teams that have generally been putting up points against each other. But this is a different type of series. And I don't see the same type of, explosive offense, the same type of pace of play that we used to see back when they would stop the clock on every single down. So I kind of think that we have quite a bit of value here sitting on the under. And I'll kind of pull up their pace of play here. They are 64.5 average snaps for Northern Illinois and 70 for Ohio. So they are not running a bunch of plays, and Northern Illinois is going to slow the game down because they're generally going to be running, and their totals have been very, very low. They have generally been in the low 40s, Ohio's has been in the 50s, and this got dragged all the way down to 42.5. Those are all great flags for me. So sign me up for the 42.5 under Northern Illinois and Ohio.
All right, under 42. That's going to be the one I tail Moose on. I like that breakdown, and it's a game that I don't think a lot of people are involved in. I can get a 42.
I'm involved in this game. I think Ohio wins by 3 touchdowns too. I don't if it's going to be under, and I agree with Moose on that one. I don't think that Northern Illinois is even going to score more than 10 points in this game. So if you want team
they
total
haven't
under,
really
Northern Illinois,
all season.
look at the history. If you go back into the history of when Ohio loses a conference game or they just lose a game in general, look what happens in the next game. They win by 14 points, 17 points, 21 points. They go into the next game after getting punched in the mouth in the previous game in a spot they probably shouldn't have. They go out there and thump the next team. So it's a dangerous spot. Ohio is going to absolutely roll this team today.
Yeah, and just to finish off, here's Illinois. Here's their offensive outputs this year, their totals each week: 17, 9, 10, 3, 14, 10. I can see Ohio crushing them, but my index does have it a little bit closer, so I kind of actually, no, Ohio is very much favored. Never mind.
You didn't put your algorithm that they're coming off a loss either.
Yeah,
Never
mind. No, it would absolutely be Ohio's side, but I can't lay that many points.
No, I'm telling you, go look at what they do after a loss. I went back to 2022, and every time they got a loss, they don't lose a lot over the years. And every time it's like a 52-21. I'm just making up numbers here, but like 32-10. It's like
I'm really, as we're kind of talking, like this is just like kind of happening live in my brainium up here. I think I'm going to have to do some kind of same game parlay with Ohio and the under. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit. So,
all right.
Great
that's the parlay.
Ohio money line.
Great breakdown, fellas. I just tailed Moose. I'm going to tell each one of you guys. We have 2 guests backstage too. One of them's our producer. One of them's our guy Kong and Gorky. So I'm going to tell one play from each one of you guys today. I think that's 6 people. I'm going to throw 100 on each one. So we're going to see how we can do on these 6 plays. Just tailed Moose on that. Still haven't tailed my guy Guns. It's between the one Southern Miss and ODU. But let's bring on our next guest. But shout out to my guy Mo Harris. Bigger Goose, good friend right there. Shout out to you for joining us.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to let you intro him and play it, but Wine Time, part of the reason why Wine Time's probably wanting to tail guys, every week we have somebody who does great, somebody who doesn't have a good week. That's gambling, right? Last week, every single person who hosts on this show went positive. So shout out to you guys, man. That was fucking badass. I only went plus 1.3 but hey, it's still positive.
Hey, we always take it when we're at the black. Shout out to Daby Cab. Yeah, it's gonna be. I like the guys I cap with, so I'm gonna take a little piece from each one of them today, and I'm gonna be watching that. But we did hit over 50 likes, guys. We hit it pretty quick. I'm gonna take a quick shot before we bring on our guy Kong's clips. You know what? Shout out to our guy Kong's clip. This guy comes on every single Saturday, goes solo for about 5 minutes. Not easy to do, and he talks and breaks down all of his games, and he gets you guys paid. So without further ado, Daby Cab, if you can bring him on, just because I don't have it on hand right here. Let's bring on our guy Kong's clips.
Happy Saturday, people. Kong's Clips in the building. Little under the weather today. Shout out to you guys for being here early and often on a Saturday. Let's get straight to the money, man. Last night, bet against my Cardinals. Ugly scene. I do still have Louisville to win the ACC, which is looking decent now, but took a big loss last night. Try to get it back today with some with a little bit extra. Start off in Notre Dame. Notre Dame first half -5.5 playing USC. USC traveling east. This Notre Dame team has been stepping it up the past few weeks. I think this team can be up by a touchdown at half. Their defense has looked better over the past few weeks. I think they're going to be able to move the ball at will on this USC defense. So just asking them to cover 5.5 in the first half, I think is good money. minus 108 spot. Oklahoma, South Carolina, full game under 43, minus 110. We know what this Oklahoma defense looks like, and this South Carolina offense has not looked very good this season. You're going to have John Mateer injured in this game again. I just don't see many points being put up here, so give me the under in this game. UCLA, minus 2.5, laying some juice at the minus 130. Playing Maryland. Maryland having to travel all the way west. This UCLA team has looked good since the coaching change. So I'm going to start trying to back this UCLA team. Vanderbilt, minus 2.5. I do have a note here. Just a second. Vanderbilt, minus 2.5. Since the start of the 2021 season, 2 top 25 teams playing each other. The lower ranked team is a home favorite. That home team is 30-7 straight up, 26-11 against the spread. It's a Vanderbilt spot. Plus, I don't believe in this LSU team. Garrett Nussmeier has gotten way too much hype, and I just don't think he's that top 5 quarterback that everyone thinks he is. Give me Vanderbilt as the home favorite. Ultimate buy low spot. You're not going to get a better buy low spot than this, in my opinion. Penn State plus 2.5, traveling to Iowa. This Penn State defense is still really good, despite the lapses they've had these past few weeks. I think this team steps up with the coach firing this past week. I just see Penn State as the better team here, and I think they have something. It's been in 2 weeks, and no better time than now to step up. Minus 110 there. Houston playing Arizona at home. I'm on this Houston money line, minus 102. Houston's a home dog playing Arizona. This line's been back and forth. Arizona favored by 1.5. Houston favored by 1.5. Just give me Houston on the money line to win this game outright and come back home and get a win. Diego Pavia, anytime touchdown, plus 130. I think he can use his legs today. Linebacker Whit Weeks is doubtful for LSU. Kind of plays in the middle of the field. I think Diego Pavia is going to have some lanes today to run the ball. Also, give me his over 56.5 rushing yards, minus 114. I think he can take this ball and take off anytime he feels free. And I think he does that today. Plus money prop of the week. I'm taking a couple longer shots here. Mekhi Lemon, 150 plus receiving yards. This is for a half unit. The number is plus 360 on Mekhi Lemon to get 150 receiving yards. I do think USC is going to be down, so I do think they're going to have to throw the ball. They are banged up at running back, so look for them to have a passing game going today. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball much on this Notre Dame defense, and I do think they're going to be behind in this game. Mekhi Lemon's one of the best receivers in the country, and Notre Dame struggles against the slot receiver. So look for Mekhi Lemon to potentially have 10 to 15 catches today for some big yardage. Jeremiah Love in the same game. 3+ touchdowns at plus 600 for another half unit. Jeremiah Love's going to be able to get whatever he wants today in this game. The thing's going to be whether the ball goes to Price or Love. I do think Jeremiah Love can break some big runs in this game. So give me Jeremiah Love 3+ touchdowns at plus 600 for a half unit. I do have a money line parlay today. Vanderbilt, Georgia, Alabama, and Utah at plus 428 for 1 unit. The 2-unit parlay did go down last night. So I've thrown a couple other parlays together here. Another parlay for 1 unit. Oklahoma, South Carolina, under 42.5. UCLA money line. Alabama, -6.5. And Notre Dame first half, -5.5. Plus 910 for 1 unit. That's how Kong's Clips is getting paid today. Gonna sit back, try to get to feeling better. Appreciate you guys for having me. Everybody go hit the like button. Send the show to a friend. Love you guys, Kong. I'm out.
I got you, Kong. Hold on. Where is it? Shout out to our guy, Kong. I don't know if you guys saw it in the chat, what I just said. I'm going to drop a membership here in just a minute. Bless one of you guys. So be ready. If you're not a member, see if you can get it, click it. And if you are a member, thank you. If you're not, think about getting a membership, guys. We don't sell you guys anything. So the support means the world. It's one guy running the whole channel. Shout out to Jeff Slaughter. So grab that membership if you can. And Wine Time, I'm going to go ahead and fuck back off so you can bring our next guest up and keep it rolling. I do have a lot more action, though, today, guys. So anytime we get to a game I have action on, I might just be like the voice of God in the background and come over and let you guys know what my bet is if we got 4 on screen. But let's keep this thing rolling, man. Shout out to you guys in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Kongs, guys. As I promised, I'm going to tail one play from each one of you cappers so far. We've got Marcel Reed over 33.5 rushing yards. That's what I got. NIU Ohio under 42, and I tailed my guy Kongs on Houston money line here. Like to play on that one. But let's bring on our next. And shout out to Randall Sheffield gifting one Pub Sports. Guys, it means a lot to us to do that. Hit the like button, please.
Hell yeah, Randall.
Another shot for you guys. Our guy Cab's going to gift a membership. Guys, keep them coming in. It helps the channel a ton. We're coming on here. We love doing this talking ball with you guys. Without further ado, let's bring on our next guest. By a way of Charlottesville, Virginia, now making his home in San Antonio, Texas. The backbone here of Pub Sports Radio. Without further ado, let's bring on our guy, Jose Bouquett.
No, I know. Excuse me. I thought I was going to have to bring myself on. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you guys. Shut up. Nice to see everyone.
If you have another couple good weeks, we'll make you an intro.
Guns, you better talk nice to me today, Guns.
Dude, you know what? I've never had an intro. I've been on this freaking channel for how long? And everybody's like, oh, we're going to get an intro for Guns. We'll get you an intro eventually. No.
I've tried to make you one, Guns. T is being an asshole. I'll get it done. I've sent him the stuff.
I'll be nice, dude. I'll be nice today.
Yeah, Guns better talk nice to me because he said you're going 1-5. You fucking suck. All your bets are terrible, and I put my nuts on the fucking floor.
I don't think I did that. I don't think I did that.
He said you fucking suck. Your bets are terrible. The only side that you go right on is Missouri, who push in classic fashion.
No, I got 3.5. If you had 3.5, you cashed.
Well, I push like a jackass. Kong's Clips, by the way, as well. Better talk nice to me as well.
Jose, I'm just busting balls. Go ahead. Give me your
shout out to you, Jose, for joining us. We love having you here on a Saturday. You swept the board last week. You've been killing it in college football.
Of course.
You went live on the air last week, Jose, and said, I'm coming for your title one time.
He deserves to hit me today. I agree.
And he's delivering so far. So shout out to you, Jose. Thanks for joining us. What game would you like to talk about to get this going?
I mean, there's just winners coming out of our ears right now. We go 2-0 yesterday as well with Bill fucking Belichick's corpse saying, yes, we'll keep it close. Yes, of course we will. And God bless the Louisville Cardinals last night. God bless them. Kongs, you better talk nice to me too. Because Kong's Clips.
Thank you.
He was all saying, save your money. Don't bet the Cardinals. And look at us now.
Get him. Get him. Get his ass.
Where are we going, Jose? Where are we going, my friend?
I can't believe you guys. Let's start off with the game that we both love, Wine Time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Duke Blue Devils.
Let's go right back to it.
We'll make this short, sweet, and easy. I will always bet any unranked team against a ranked opponent, no matter what. Duke money line, bet it earlier this week, minus 125. Easy money. Shout out to you, Daby Cab, for the donation there.
Hey, let's give our guy Galactic High a shout out real quick. That's my dude right there, man. He's been in and out of the shows with us for years. He's DM'd me bets. He said he's here in the hospital bed, but he still can't miss our show, man. That's love right there, man.
Shout out to you, Galactic.
We hope you get better, bro.
High, man. Hope all is well.
Shout out to you, Galactic.
Shout out to Daby Cab for gifting a Pub Sports Radio membership. Taking a shot for y'all. Jose, take it away wherever else you want to go or give us a little breakdown.
Yeah, Wine, I actually heard you tell a loser just now as well in Arizona and Houston. I hated to hear that because this is the Arizona. What are they? The fucking Wildcats? Arizona Wildcats here. Full game money line again. Minus 115. I'm coming for next. Like I've told you guys this whole last 2 weeks. We're 9-1. Have faith. The Arizona Wildcats here come through for us. Dogged a favorite. Did these Wildcats go? They opened up to double check here for you guys. They opened up plus 2.5. I'm seeing a bet BOL -1, bookmaker -1.5 there. Give me the Cardinals. I keep calling them the Cardinals. The Wildcats here. Money line -115 for me. And by the way, 61% of the bets and 68% of the money on Houston.
God damn.
So why? I hate that you did that, but it is Arizona for me here.
Well, I still got to get on a play with you, Jose. So let's go to another game that I'm
Yes, let's go to a game we're actually going to head-to-head. Wine time. The UTSA Roadrunners versus the North Texas Mean Green. This line went back up to 4.5, but I'm not interested in the side here because these UTSA Roadrunners are not that good this year. Shout out to Jeff Traylor for taking over play calling duties, but there's 72% of the bets and 91% of the money on the over in this game. And again, this total went from 67.5 to open to 65, seeing 64.5s here. Saying, hey, if you want to bet the over, go ahead. We'll give you even a better line to bet the over. Give me the under 65.5 -110 and a apparently wet, rainy day in North Texas that I'm
North
familiar
Texas
with.
doesn't live in Denton, by the way. I'll just say that.
Yes, I've experienced that firsthand. It fucking sucks. Fuck those guys. My next play here, Baylor TCU. A game we've talked about here as well. I'm not interested in the side here because it's a very difficult side. I hope Baylor wins. I think I lean that way. But again here, let's go right back to the total here. We opened up at a 67 here. We're at a 65.5, 66 at BOL. And on this game, we have, as I have to scroll all these hundreds of games to find old TCU, 76% of the bets, 95% of the money on the over in this game. Same situation as UTSA. Everyone's saying, come bet the over. We'll give you a better number. Here you go. So I took the under 65.5 -115 for me. Unfortunately, Wine Time and I are never head-to-head on plays. And we are on this one. So shout out to you, Wine Time. I have respect for you.
I need to get on a game where I'm not involved, Jose. Please tell me you got one more.
I do have one more. And shout out to our guy, Justin McKelvey. We're talking Ole Miss, Georgia here. And this is just another spot where everyone and their moms are betting these Mississippi Ole Miss boys here. Now, the line's moving. And the line is moving towards Georgia here. Cab's starting to get it. Cab gets it. The vibes are right. We opened up this at 6.5. Look ahead from before the season was 12, but who fucking cares about that? We had a 6.5 here. We're seeing 7s. It did go up to 7.5, came right back down to 7, and it got back down to 6.5 this morning. And then 10 minutes later, just climbs right back up to 7 here. More bets and money on Ole Miss here. It's lower than it was the last few days. So that Georgia money is finally starting to come in. But 62% of the bets and 53% of the money on Mississippi here. Give me Georgia -7. Dogs roll here.
Let me go ahead and run Stacks right here because he is with you on that.
I'm telling you,
Jose's coming in like.
Don't do that, Wine Time. Don't do that.
Going on the.
I'm on Ole Miss plus 7.5.
Oh,
Jose has to run to a brick wall.
I got
today.
this. I got the 7 Cab. I had to tell Jose and something. I'm not gonna lie, that was a play I actually wanted to make, was on Georgia. And you guys, I've told Cabby all year long how I don't think Georgia is that good of a team. And here I am backing them as a touchdown favorite against a team that I do think is a good team here. But it makes sense. I don't know. I like it, honestly. Shout out to you, Jose. But let's see. Anything else you want to talk about, Jose?
Not at all. That's it. Helga is now mad at me for barking and being loud. Trying to sleep. But go dogs. Go dogs.
Shout out to you, Jose. Appreciate you as always for coming and joining us. Jose, the hottest college football capper out there right now, currently sitting, 9-1 right now.
9-1.
Guys just staying above the chains week by week right now. And that's what you have to do. It's a grind every single week. And Jose's grinding these games out. He's not just fading the public here and fading the market. So shout out to you, Jose. Appreciate you for coming on as always, my guy. Anything else you want to plug before you get out of here? What do you do Monday through Friday again, Jose?
Get snipped like that.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's AI. That's AI. Shout out to TJ for making that as well. And shout out to the roaches that are in my house still. By the way, I walked outside of my house. Of course, fucking raccoon motherfuckers, man. They get into these goddamn trash cans. These sons of bitches.
Are roaches a thing in San Antonio, Jose? I remember Sweaty Butcher and Spenny were like, I was taking a piss in my motel and there's cockroaches that crawled over my bathroom floor and they stayed at our area. I don't ever see roaches out here. I mean, I don't.
Well, yeah, you live in Huntington Beach, dude. All right,
get the fuck off of the
not
show.
in Huntington Beach.
Costa Mesa.
This guy's unbelievable. Yeah, I just looked down and I see a dead roach right beside me. But thanks for having me as always. It's nice to see you guys. I look forward to dominating college football again, and then you guys being forced to have me back on the screen again here next week.
You mean forced? You said love it wrong.
No, they hate it. They hate it. Cab hates it when I have success here, and he always
that is
on my
not
downfall.
true. That is not true.
You
are overly.
I love it when you come back at me when I shit on you last week. That was perfect. You needed to do that to me, and I had to take it. So,
no, well, dude, Guns, don't worry. I'm later tonight when we sweep the board again. I'm gonna go look at my screen recording of you saying I'm gonna go 1-4 and roster bait to my bet.
Do it. I love it, dude. I deserve it. I deserve it, man.
I can't wait. Shout out to you, Jose. Thanks for stopping by, my guy. Shout out to Jose Bouquett right there. Does a lot for Pub Sports Radio. Cool dude as well. You guys get to kick it with him in San Antonio. He makes the San Antonio trip even better because he's always out there just helping everyone out and doing all the little shit. So shout out to Jose. Guys, I should say Moose. Moose, Guns. Which game do you guys want to talk about next?
Georgia, Ole Miss.
Get right to it, guys. Let's get right to it. All right, take it away, Moose, my guy.
All right, I got a pretty crazy stat. I was putting it into the chat here. Lane Kiffin, when an away dog at Ole Miss, is 2-5 ATS and hasn't won or covered since 2021. To be fair, it's only been 6 games, but let's go through those games since 21. Alabama, plus 14, lost 21-42. Auburn, plus 3, lost 20-31. Mississippi State, okay, you guys, all right, they beat Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. LSU, plus 1, lost 20-45. Alabama, plus 7, lost 10-24. Georgia, plus 10, lost 17-52. Kirby Smart is not good as a home favorite. I'm always shocked when I see that. But there have been only a handful of games where Georgia has been a home favorite under a touchdown. In the last 5 years, only 4 games have been at -8 or less. And he is 4-1 straight up ATS. He did lose earlier this year to Alabama. So the thing that would be holding me up here is Georgia now going to be seeing a lot more of the single-digit favorites because now the program has shifted to a more beatable version of the Georgia Dogs? I mean, if that is true, okay, that's fine. But the Ole Miss side of it, Kiffin on the road as a dog has not been good. And Kirby Smart, I don't know where their mentality is after the Auburn debacle and
what's the debacle?
I thought it was kind of like I give him a round of applause. I give him a round of applause for his effort at Auburn, a round of applause for all the things he was able to do at the end of the game. So I don't know where they are mentally, but you know how many times you've said that about a Kirby Smart team and you're just like, oh, they're dogs. Like, don't worry about their mental side. They're going to come out and they're going to smash. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here. A lot of people
in the building, guys. Wow, we got 250 people in here. Sorry to cut you off, Moose. That's the first time all season long it's happened. 250 in the building. Shout out to you, Moose. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, it was for me because of what I'm saying here. Georgia smash. I'm got Georgia -6.5. I did buy off the 7. The index does like Georgia a little bit. -8.5, -7, -7.5, 8.5. And we talked about a parlay piece earlier with Texas A&M. This is it. Georgia is the second leg of my parlay. So I got Texas A&M and Georgia money line, and I also have Georgia -6.5.
All right. Shout out to you, Moose. Guns, take it away. Do you have anything in this game? But before
you bet your sweet
shout out to Big O. Love you, Big O. He gifted 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships. Take it away, Guns.
Hell yeah.
All right. So I'll talk about this in a couple anchors. Yes. And I think Moose has the right strategy on this one. If it goes above 7.5 or 8, we need to buy that thing down past the possession. I do think this is the worst case scenario, a Georgia by a touchdown type of situation. However, look at how Mississippi has performed every time they go to Athens, Georgia. Look at the history. So I'm looking at it right now. They scored 17 points, 10 points, 17 points, 17 points, 14 points, 17 points. They've never, in the history of this matchup, dating back to 1997, have never scored more than 20 points in Athens, Georgia. As good as the Lane Kiffin teams have been and the offenses have been, they have been dominated by this Georgia team. And it makes sense because you look at the record, the home team is 6-1 ATS last 7. I'm telling you, it feels like a Georgia spot. However, I think that total is way too high. And Georgia used to be able to score points and put 40 plus on you as good as that offense was. But Gunnar Stockton has been wishy-washy. The run game has been a little meh. And Ole Miss's defense, at least this year, has shown that they performed well. And keep in mind, Ole Miss this is their first road game since September 6th. 6 weeks at home, basically, and they got a bye week in that for that mention. So I think that this Georgia team is going to defensively contain this team. And I think Georgia's strategy against a high-octane offense that Lane Kiffin brings to the table is going to run the time of possession. And the history has shown that has been their strategy. And Kirby Smart is a defensive-minded guy. I think this is going to be a low total here. I love the under, and I think the team total under there for Ole Miss has some validity as well.
Shout out to our guy Big O. I think we hit it a minute ago, man, but dropped 5 memberships. If you're one of the people that got one of those memberships, say thanks to Big O, man, and consider renewing that membership because that's what it's all about, man. But we hit that 250 mark. So here's what I'm going to do. Anybody who retweets, I'll show you what to retweet. Anybody who retweets the show, I'm going to ask Gronk to pick one person who retweeted it as a winner, and then you win the giveaway. That's all you got to do. And there can be no complaining about how it's done because I'm just going to say, hey,
go
Gronk.
retweet on Pub Sports Radio, guys. It's much appreciated.
Right there on Pub Sports Radio, go hit retweet. And at the end of the show, I'll ask Gronk to pick one person who retweeted it, and bam, you win.
Shout out to you, Daby Cab, for doing that. It helps the channel a lot, guys, hitting the like button coming in here. Yeah, we saw 250 in the building. That's big time, guys. We've got over 230 people listening right now. So let's keep this going, guys. You guys want plays. You want us to break these games down. Let's go to another ball game right here. Let's go. Yeah, great game right here, Cab. Do you want to start this one off, Cab?
Look, As I already told you guys, I am on that oil money parlay. I got A&M and Texas Tech both on the money line. Came in at minus 132. I don't know how much I like either of them covering the spread here. Tech is going to have that freshman quarterback going today. Now, Williams is good to go from what I understand. If they need him, he didn't practice this week, but like he can come into the game from what I understand. Do you have that as well? Wine Time, is that what you got on it?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Is Byron Morton is ruled out?
I just said Williams, man. I went Morton. Yeah, no, he's not ruled out, but he's not starting from what I understand.
Oh, wow. Let's
What
see.
what is it? Fucking MLB, ALCS? I mean, what do we have? A reliever coming in and then he comes in?
Texas Tech expected to start Will Hammond at quarterback because of nursing leg injury. So, yeah, he's
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And guys, if you remember Will Hammond, he went into the second half in Utah game and absolutely shredded that defense. They had no tape on the kid, though. I mean, he just came in and they pretty much couldn't stop him. And Utah was going for on 4th and long in their own territory because they were down so many points. I'll take this one over really quick just because I'm on this spot. I'm on ASU on the spread here. I got in on the plus 7.5 Thursday night. I got in on it when it moved. You could have gotten 9.5 all week. It's because Sam Levitt obviously ruled in and Byron Morton probably not going to play here. So I think that's worth over 2 points here. I still think that this is a crazy spread. I mean, the one downside I think to this bet is that why is ASU such a big dog here when they're somewhat healthy? Because they've been playing bad football this year. We've talked about it. They've won games they shouldn't have won. They've won those games in the fourth quarter with, it seems like magic, not coaching, because Kenny Dillingham has been getting out-coached this season at times, and I think he's a little bit over his head after the big run last year. Still think he's a great coach, one of the, I think, the brightest young minds in all of the sport and all of football in general, not just in college football. And I think he's going to have his guys ready to go here at home. He knows how important this game is. They already have 2 losses on the season. One more loss here in Big 12 play, and they might not even be in the Big 12 title, and that is not okay with Kenny Dillingham. I don't know if they win this game outright. I just think that they're going to be able to cover this spread. I got in on them with the teaser with SMU, and then I got in on ASU plus 7.5. I think they stay within a touchdown. Sam Levitt's going to be playing. You got Jordan Tyson, one of the best receivers in college football out there. Get him the ball, get the ball to the tight ends, the running backs in short space. Get Jordan Tyson on those vertical routes and also get him the ball in open space because he can move. Give me ASU here. I think that they can compete with Texas Tech. It's just my one worry is that why are they a touchdown underdog? Maybe it's just because Texas Tech is that good and their expectations are that high right now. Look at their roster. They had to put a lot of money into that roster. So, and shout out to Joey McGuire, good coach too. But this is in Tempe. If this was in Lubbock, there'd be no way I'd be on. I would be on Texas Tech smash spot. Doesn't matter who's at quarterback. It's in ASU. It's in Tempe. I'm going to go with Tempe here. Moose, let me know what you think about this one.
You know, before you go, Moose, it's so funny how the chat will just like jump off on certain things. Man, I said something like Tech spent $83 million on their football team and everybody fucking blew up. Like, no, they didn't. That's ridiculous, blah, blah. It was
they did.
It was $52 million, excuse me. And the reason that I had the $83 million is because they put another $30 million in their $272 million stadium reservation or renovation.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that again, like they're dropping fucking money, guys. Like it's wild the amount of money that's pouring into this program right now. You know, so shout out to them and shout out to my guy Dylan CS, man. He said he's sending the link out to everybody right now. That's what it takes, man. You guys helping us, doing a little groundwork and sending it to people. So thank you, Dylan. Go ahead, Moose. My bad.
All right. This is a very interesting game because it's just like Wine pointed out. Like, why is it that Tech is a 7-point favorite on the road? I mean, last year they were a 3-point favorite at home, and now they're a 7-point favorite on the road, and they have their backup in. The line opened up at the over the weekend. It was in double digits because there wasn't really any clarity on if Levitt was playing or not. And when it got announced that he was going to be in, you saw that line move pretty significantly. But it didn't cross the 7, which was kind of one of the things I wanted to see throughout the week to see, because the index does like Arizona State here. They have Texas Tech as what should be a 6.5, 4, 6, 2.5. There is one that does say 16, but they also say they could be a 9.5-point dog. I don't really know what to expect on the Arizona State defensive side against Texas Tech offense, because like you guys said, when Hammond went in against Utah, there really wasn't too much tape. There's now some tape. There's not a ton of tape, but there's some tape. And the only issue I have is Arizona State and their preparation, not knowing exactly who's at quarterback. feel overly confident that Hammond's not going to be able to kind of continue to do what he's doing for at least a half. And if that half is very successful, can Arizona State come from behind? Yeah, they have Tyson. Is Tyson's healthy, right? Because I thought he left the game last time they played. Cab, he's good?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm muted. I don't know about healthy, but he's playing, I think.
Okay, all right. Because I just had it in my head. As I said Tyson, I was like, wait, isn't he hurt? But no, all right. So Levin and Tyson are capable of coming back against kind of anybody. But the Arizona State offense hasn't looked all that consistent. I mean, Winetime alluded to it. I mean, that offense has had some struggles this year. But at home last year, they were phenomenal. And I'm just a little concerned about some of the things that they might need to do because their points per quality drive ranks 57th in the country, and Texas Tech has been very good at preventing scores. If you remember Utah moved the ball, but Texas Tech created turnovers. They stopped them in the red zone, and that would be my concern here is where's the scoring efficiency going to take place? And I don't know. I don't have a read on it. I would lean ASU, but man, that's a lot of money invested in Texas Tech, and that defense has looked very good. And the line functionality says it's Tech, so I'm off.
I've heard through the grapevine that Tech wants to get into the SEC.
Yeah. You mentioned the line functionality. Of course, Texas Tech was a 3.5-point home favorite. Now they're actually a bigger favorite on the road. It does really take me off, and I think it's because the stock value of Texas Tech is kind of extremely high, being 6-0 and kind of dominating everybody, even the spots like you beat a good Utah team by 24, you beat Houston by 24, you dominated Kansas with Leopold and what he's doing there. I think this is why the books are kind of like virtually adjusting the line here. But you have an Arizona team that is off a bounce back. They lost to Utah last week. Absolutely got dominated 42-10. And I love the total in this one. And let me tell you why. Texas Tech used to be one of those teams that would just try to outscore you and play the fun and gun, a la Leach back in the day. And by the way, I just want to talk about the Texas Tech people that are buying, throwing all the money to Texas Tech for the NIL. I swear, if you see these guys, they look out of Central Casting for Friday Night Lights. If you ever see them, go check them out. But the total is enticing to me because it was 58.5 last year. Now it's like 50.5 now. I did take the under in this game just on the sheer fact that, I think if Arizona State wants to, they're a little bit more run oriented this year. They're trying to run the ball, even though they have Tyson as a wide receiver and a good quarterback, a young quarterback that. I think that even if I can't imagine why people aren't talking to Kenny Dillingham for all these coaching openings that are coming up, maybe Penn State or something like that. Like, why wouldn't you just try to throw him a bag and get him to maybe a different conference? Who knows what his mentality is, because he could bring a quarterback with him with Sam Levitt. But I like the under in this one. This is what I took. 58.5 last year. It's down to 50.5. I think the under has validity.
So under here in this one, wine time on Arizona State. Moose, you passed. Guns, you're on the under. I got the money line parlay. Shout out to my dude in the chat. Won't keep it up long because I'm sure some people don't partake. But yeah, I can't. My throat is killing me. Will you freaking zoom camera? It's not gonna focus. It's not gonna focus.
Is that
not gonna focus, my dude. Sorry, it's dank, but it's not gonna focus. Nope, not gonna focus. Sorry. Oh. Anyways, I digress. We keep it rolling, man. Shout out to Jose Perez in the chat as well. Lex Steele, good to see you. Wager Detective. I like the write-ups you do, Wager Detective. Those are fun to read, my man. Yeah. Keep it up.
Great name, by the way. Love it. I love that name.
So are we at the point yet where we want to have you guys start telling me which one you want to put up? Because there's still so many good games we haven't even touched yet. I guess this one right here.
Yeah, we got to talk about that one for sure.
Got to, right?
I got nothing in this one. You guys take it away.
So I've told you guys I'm going 3-0 in my props today, and I'm not somebody that comes up here and says that. As a matter of fact, I could go 9-1 like Jose, and I'm not one to get up here and just pound my chest and talk about it because I feel like I'm going to lose if I jinx it and talk about it, right? Today I can jinx it all I want. I'm going 3-0 on these props. I don't give a fuck, okay? So Ryan Williams over 48.5 receiving yards, and let me tell you why. He played last week and had 0 receptions, not one, okay? Going into that game, he was on the injury list as probable. So they knew he was probably going to play, but he was dealing with a nagging injury, right? He had limited time in the game. They did not really need him so much, so to speak. They were controlling it with Jam Miller. So Williams was a non-factor in the last game due to a nagging injury. He is not listed at all on the injury list this week because he's better, right? And his total for receiving yards is at 48.5 simply because he was hurt last week and didn't catch the ball. 48.5 is a joke for Ryan Williams against Tennessee at home. It's a fucking joke. Take over 48.5 receiving yards, Ryan Williams. I'm going to let you guys take this one away.
Take it away, Moose.
I actually really didn't have much in this game because I thought the line was kind of where I thought it should be. The index has it as about a 10, 10.5, 11.5. So when they had it at 8, 8.5, I was like, yeah, that's kind of where I have it. It's going to be a 2-score game. It'll probably be closer to the 10 side. Tennessee has had some success against Alabama recently, but Alabama has been very good against Tennessee at home. And what is it? They've won Bama has dropped 2 of the last 3. They've won 10 in a row at home, but they are 6-4 ATS. 3 of the last 4 games have gone over the total, and you do see the total still sitting up in the high 50s. I didn't really get a good read in this game. Alabama maybe is a parlay piece. I actually really, really like the Williams call. That's actually something I might I'm going to look into a little bit. I just want to see a couple things, but I really don't have much of a read other than it feels like this game's lined appropriately. Maybe you take a chance with Tennessee because maybe Heupel's got something on Alabama, but this Alabama team looks like it's turned a corner because it looks like it is a significantly better team than it has been. And the first half against Missouri last week was money. Maybe Alabama first half, but Tennessee's also been a pretty solid first half team. So I'm off. A lot of me just pandering to nothing, which ends me up on nothing.
Guns, take it away, my friend. Let us know.
All right, you guys are you're just a bunch of pussies. You guys are just a bunch of pussies. Are you kidding me? Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Have you seen how strong this team is? This team is up to that level of a team that should be it could be considered as one of the favorites to win the national championship with Ohio State. I'm sorry. They're on a 5-game win streak and off a big road win versus Missouri. Everybody goes, oh, Missouri's not that good. Well, they are. All right. He had to go on the road, and they got to get that done. Bama's just been dominating on both sides of the ball. They have a plus 18-point differential, plus 138 net yard average, 305 passing yards per game, 71% pass completion rate. Ty Simpson is such a better quarterback than Jalen Monroe. It's ridiculous, and he's so young, and it pisses me off because I think Bama's going to go on a run. But versus conference opponents, they have a plus 7-point differential, plus 63 net yard average, and they outgain opponents 147 yards above their opponent's defense season average. This is a very good team. Now, Tennessee playing in their second road game of the season here versus conference opponents, they only have a plus 3-point differential, plus 24 net yard average on the year. Bama has played a much tougher schedule than Tennessee, though, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. Alabama has played 3 ranked opponents in a row, and Tennessee has only played 1 ranked opponent this season. That was against Georgia. Also, they get the revenge angle. Bama did lose to Tennessee last year, 24-17. 3-point road favorites in that situation. Now the line is shifted towards the Bama side, heavy above a possession. Home team has won and covered the last 4 as well. But I don't want to take the full game because, you get cockamamie stuff that happens in college football. But the first half has validity. Let me tell you why. Because this Bama team has led by 7 points or more in 4 of the last 5 games. The only game that they were tied at halftime was against Vandy. Then you got Tennessee has started slow in their last 2 games. You look against Mississippi State and Arkansas. First half line was they were tied in both of those games, by the way, at halftime. First half line was 4.5, I think, last night. Might have jumped to 5.5. 60 when the line is weighted towards one side in terms of the whole entire line, 60% or more, you have to take the first half. So I think Bama's going to come out here strong. If it is a Bama spot, which I think it is, Bama's going to come out in the first half and absolutely kill your soul. And then they're going to go in the second half and pump the brakes. Give me Bama first half. That's the only way to play this game.
Let's go. I like it. Guns on it. I mean, that was a great breakdown, man. That was like music to my ears. I did not move on this game, but I wanted to tail you on a
parts and pieces but like I understand why people don't want to take the full game. It's a little scary, but the first half, Bama is just so much
way better than this. Bama is way better than Tennessee. Like they're this isn't even close. Like Bama should beat these guys by 20 plus. I'm just debating at this point, Guns, because I haven't heard your ODU breakdown yet, which I'm going to tell you which game I'm going to tell you on. But I kind of like that, so I'm going to write that down right now.
Yeah, the only issue, just throwing this out there, Tennessee is also good in the first half, 4-2 straight up and 4-2 ATS.
Yeah, but look at the.
I'm just throwing it out there. I agree with you.
In conference, very different because.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you, but Tennessee has. I mean, Heupel has also been a guy that has been historically good in the first half.
All right, guys.
I do agree with Alabama first half.
Well, I got to hear this breakdown after Guns. Guns, I hope you're prepared to give another big spiel because I am intrigued by this game because you talked about this backstage and you already mentioned it, and I wanted to move on this game. So let's go right to Old Dominion, James Madison. Guns, take it away, my guy. I got it.
Here's the Gun Belt, man. This is my conference. I own this conference. And by the way, I'm going to take over the MAC too, and we're going to call it the GAC. And I'm telling you, we're working on the name a little bit. I'm talking to my investors, but I may be taking over the MAC as well. But we're going to talk about the Gun Belt for a second. Old DU going against James Madison for the crown. This is royalty, folks. This is two royalty teams. This is almost like the Queen Elizabeth going against, I don't know, some other international queen or king or whatever. But let's talk about JMU, 5-1 on the year, 24-14 win against Louisiana. All right, you won. But guess what? ODU got caught in a trap game against Marshall. They lost 48-24. That shouldn't have happened. This is not the same Marshall team that we saw last year, but you got to break down the box score. Marshall started the scoring with a pick six in that game. ODU got trapped into the turnovers. ODU had a fumble, gave up a punt return to their own 28, a turnover on downs at their own 34, and an INT in their own territory. Between all the turnovers and the special teams mishaps, Marshall scored 31 points. Anomalies, outliers. We don't look at that as far as the handicap is concerned. We consider those outliers. You got to look in the box score. Don't look at the score. ODU is one of the best offenses in the Gun Belt. 489 yards of total offense, 6.4 yards per carry, 251 passing yards per game, and they have allowed 7 sacks all season. This is a very good offensive line. Then you have JMU, dominated as well, but if you actually, especially on the defensive side, outgaining opponents by 171 yards per game. But look at the competition they played. Weber State, Liberty, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, and ULL. Their toughest competitor this season was Louisville, and guess what? They lost by 14 points. If you look at the strength of schedule, go to Phil Steele's site where he gets the strength of schedule. He continually updates based on how teams' wins and losses go. Very good. JMU has got the 117th toughest schedule so far this season. ODU has got the 68th toughest schedule this season. But you have ODU that is 4-2. One team is 5-1. So that's how you do it. And also you got the revenge angle. ODU lost to JMU 35-32 last season. Despite winning the yardage battle, they were plus 48 net yards in that game. ODU, home dog in that spot. Now they are right around a short dog, probably the same line as it was last year. That's kind of where it's going in this one. But ODU is 14-5 as the dog, 9-3 ATS, and is a away dog since 2023. This team steps up in these situations. I don't think ODU covers the spread. I think ODU wins this game outright, and they absolutely thumped JMU today. Give me ODU for the Gun Belt, and then we're going to see these two teams play each other in the Gun Belt Championship later this season. ODU, baby, give it to me all day long.
I like it. That's what I'm telling. I'm telling ODU here. I'm going to take the plus 2.5 with my guy Guns. Love the breakdown. Absolutely smash that breakdown right there. Shout out to 2 Cents. Shout out to Harrisonburg, Virginia. Long nights and good times. If you know, you know. Shout out to my guy right there. Shout out to everyone in the building. We had 251 in the building, guys. We're getting bigger. We've been had 240 this entire day today. So shout out to you guys for showing out. Hit the like button, guys. Let's get to 200 likes. We get to 200 likes. We're going to do something special for you guys. Guys, I'm pretty much, running out of a little bit of time here. We got our guy Gorky to come on here to close us out. Is there a couple particular games you guys want to talk about that we haven't talked about yet?
I need to hit the Auburn, Missouri game because, like I said, I'm going 3-0 in the props today, and I got my third one for you guys. I've only given y'all 2 so far. Where is that one at? My bad. Do I not get the graphic for this one? No way I missed this one.
Isn't it up? You said Missouri Auburn, right?
Oh, it is up. Shit. Man. So I told you guys I'm struggling, man. I told you I'm struggling. Missouri coming off that.
I'm helping. I'm just trying.
Right. Missouri's coming off that loss to Alabama. Auburn's coming on off that loss to everyone, sitting at 3-3. This is a frustrated Auburn fan base, to say the least, because as far as talent goes, you've got it. In the trenches, you've got it. At the receiver position, you've got it. At the running back position, you've got it. My problem with this team is Hugh Freeze and Jackson Arnold. Those are the two parts where I sell out on this Auburn team. I do think Auburn is very live to win this football game because, like I said, I think Auburn is a much better football team than their record indicates. I think they beat Oklahoma, right? We can all agree on that. Like, they got screwed against Oklahoma. Played a very good football game against A&M. Had a chance to win the game at the end. They had the football down 6. They could have drove down the field, scored a touchdown, won the football game. I think Missouri is going to be outmatched and overpowered in this game. The bet that I have is Jeremiah Cobb, number 23, the running back for Auburn. Anytime touchdown. Guys, let me pull up these numbers for him real quick. And before you get in there and say, oh, well, he hasn't scored, in 3 football games, neither has Auburn as a football team, right? They've been against very good defenses, and they haven't been putting up a ton of yards. But when you dive into Jeremiah Cobb's numbers, man, he is averaging 75 and a half yards per game. I just lost it. 75 and a half yards per game. Okay. So you got a guy averaging 75 and a half yards per game, and he hasn't seen the end zone in 3 weeks. Now you're coming at home against a Missouri team that I think is vulnerable in this spot. Cobb finds the end zone. He probably hits his rushing prop. It's around 60 or 65, I'm sure. I think he hits the over on his rushing prop. But anytime touchdown at plus 100 for Jeremiah Cobb, in my opinion, is a steal. They owe him. So he finds the end zone today. You could even take the plus 2 touchdowns at plus 500 if you want. But Jeremiah Cobb, anytime touchdown, plus 100.
I like it. Moose, do you want to touch on this game? If you have anything. If you don't have anything in this game, don't worry about it.
What's weird is this is the first road game for Missouri this year.
Yeah.
It's true. So one of the funny things is Guns last night in our group text was like, this is week 8. We have data on everybody. We literally have no data of Missouri on the road.
No, we don't. I was wrong.
There is 0 data on Missouri.
I also have no data on Miami and outside Florida either.
Yeah, so it's just like, what? Like, so what do we do here? I'm looking through my index here. Found them. The index likes Auburn right now as a 2.5, 3.5, 2.5, 1, 7, and a 2-point dog. I really can't get a read on this because Missouri on the road. I think Missouri is a solid football team. If you're going to take Auburn, I kind of would go to the first half because Missouri, like, one of the things that Drinkwitz has done is he has this thing of he likes to see what the other teams are doing. I talked about this last week with the Alabama line, was that he does this whole, like, we want to be ahead of your adjustment. So when you play your game, we've already got adjustments in place to be able to start our game plan, our defensive game plan, our offensive game plan, because they have generally not started off really fast this year. They've kind of taken their time to get building up. So if I'm taking Auburn, I'm taking them early. I do not have, actually I can check right now in front of me. The first half weighted line, you have a it's just the regular line. There's no weight to the first half or full game. So there's no clear indicator on that one. I would be Auburn first half. If I was going to play something, I'd probably be Missouri full game. But there's not enough confidence one way or the other. Auburn, Cab already touched on Auburn and their inefficiencies. And I mean, at this point, what's that sideline thinking about with the referees? Like, SEC officials have faded Auburn this year clearly. Like, the calls that are going against them are just. They're mind-boggling, some of the calls. How this is ridiculous. So I'm off of this game.
Shout out to Nate Dogg gifting 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships. Appreciate you guys. We've had 240, 250 strong in here all show long, guys. Hit the like button. We're almost at 150. Guns, do you have anything in this game? You're muted, my guy.
I will say there might be some breaking news. They did interview Miss Terry, Nick Saban's wife. And I think they're throwing out the idea that Nick Saban going State might have some validity. I don't know.
No way.
I'm just saying, there's rumors everywhere, man. You know, when coach openings. I have nothing on this game. I just passed.
Awesome. Guys, let's wrap this up. I'm going to bring our guy Gorky on to close us out. Is there another game that you guys want to talk about before we bring on Gorky?
Can I do Georgia State, Georgia Southern really quick?
Of course. Yeah. Take it away, my friend.
The what's it called? The longest hate. Oh, God damn it. Come on. This is the gun belt, isn't it? Or no, this is what is this? We're in the gun belt, right? Or did we forget and we changed it back?
What's the team?
It's Georgia Southern and Georgia State. It's the
that's a gun belt. That's a gun belt. That's a gun belt.
No, because you called it the Sun Belt earlier, so I was sure if we relinquished the name or not.
This is myself. I said gun. I had to correct myself. Yeah, it's gun belt.
Yeah, it's the oldest rivalry, like one of the oldest hate rivalries. And my index when it came out was saying that this is Georgia Southern, because Georgia Southern at home has been much better than Georgia State or Georgia Southern on the road. And the index loves Georgia Southern here. They've got Georgia Southern as 14.5, 14, 14.5, 8.5, 13.5, 13. And if we go to just last year when these two teams met up, it was at Georgia State, and Georgia Southern was a 3-point dog. And now we flip all the way over to the other side, and they are now a 7-point favorite. You have had money come in on Georgia Southern. This is a public side. I didn't know this when I bet it. This was the first bet I put in on the week. This is going off of kind of the index and the trends of Helton at home, because he has just been an absolute force. Georgia State is not a great football team this year. All right. They are a poor football team, but you know how rivalry games go. It does not matter if you're good, bad, awful, or great. Rivalry games seem to go any different direction. But I think there's too much advantage to Georgia Southern with my index lining up, my trends lining up. The market is pushing the number to 7. It pushed it past 7.5. It didn't get to 8. That's not one of the great market signs. So the market's not necessarily on my side. But I got the index. I got the trends. I feel good about it. I would take the 7, but I'm not taking the 7.5. If you feel you want to take the alt spread, take the alt spread to 9.5.
I like it, guys.
I love the gun belt play, man. It tickles my fancies. You know what I'm saying?
Got guns a little excited. Shout out to you guys, man. It's been a great show. This has been by far our best show of the season, guys. Love doing this with you guys. Shout out to Daby Cab as well. He's going to go over his plays. Guys, go over your plays before we get Gorky on here. Moose, take it away, my friend.
For what are we doing here?
Just recap your game. Any game.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I as soon as I stopped talking, I tuned out, because if you guys are talking,
you cut a promo and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, wait, you're coming back to me? No, that's not how promos work. This is not a
terrible host.
Yeah, those are called that's called question and answer. All right, that's a different segment.
I'll recap first. Moose, you need a break?
No, I got it. All right, so I'm on first half Vanderbilt -0.5. I'm on Northern Illinois, Ohio under 42.5. I'm on Texas A&M and Arkansas over 60. I'm on Georgia -6.5. I'm also, and this is one of the games we didn't talk about, but I am on Wyoming +4.5 at Air Force. Air Force, when they go up against Army, there is a bye week in between Army, but when they go against Army, for whatever reason, they get hyper focused on Army, and they have lost, especially at home. They have actually lost every single game going into the week against Army, straight up, outright. So Wyoming, I think, has a better defense. Air Force is their defense is holier than the Pope on Easter Sunday. So I feel confident with the team that has a better defense against one of the worst defenses in the country. So give me Wyoming on that one. Also sprinkle the money line. Georgia Southern -6.5, got that -115. A Georgia Texas A&M money line teaser parlay, got that at -110. And then I also have a player prop that I just put in. I am tailing Daby Cab on the Ryan Williams receiving yards over 52.5.
Shout out to you, Moose Guns. Recap your plays for us, my friend. It's been a great show.
Yeah, I usually just drop two officials on this one, and it's back-to-back gun belt plays. And Wine Time set me up for both, because I was just adamant about gun belt today. ODU is +2.5 right now, but you know what? I don't need +2.5. They're going to win out. We're going to take that on the money line. Let's throw the points out the board. And, of course, my guy, Charlie Huff, just dominating in the Southern Miss. I have their team total over. That is going well because they are what, 4-2 on the year. -3.5 against a ULL team that they lost to last year. It was the first time they lost to them in the history of this matchup, and now this year, Charlie Huff and the boys are going to dominate this ULL team. So give me Southern Miss -3.5. 2 plays, 2 bangers for the gun belt. Bang, bang, boom, pow. Let's go.
Let's go. Appreciate you guys, man, for always coming on. Love talking ball with you guys. Let's bring on our final guest. So we're going to get out of here, guys. Let you guys all get your bets in 20 minutes or so before opening kick. It's my wife's birthday today, too. So going to get her up. Yeah, shout out to everyone in the chat. Say happy birthday to the wife.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy.
Look at those pipes, man. And shout out to the 152 people that liked the video as well. Appreciate you guys. But without further ado, let's bring on our next guest here. One of our favorite people here at Pub Sports Radio. You guys see him every day on Pub Sports Radio, whether it's breaking down games, going on the live streams, talking ball, and he'll be smoking some cigars, maybe even have a beer or two along the way. By way of Macedonia, now making his home in Toronto, Canada, our guy, Gorky, a.k.a. the Goracle. Let's welcome him to the stage. What's up, Gorky?
What's up, fellas? Let's get paid. Let's get motherfucking paid because that's what we're here for.
Let's go. Shout out to you, Gorky. And as expected, smoking a cigar in the pad. He don't care. He doesn't even have a window open right now. Shout out to Gorky.
I don't. But guess what? I can't open the goddamn window. It's too high up.
Shout out to you, Gorky.
Why am I only seeing half of Gorky right now? What happened?
That's what I was going to say.
Move you on up to the board, will you?
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Wishing your wife a happy birthday. Appreciate
I
you
was
guys.
lighting the cigar and
Dude, my guy. Let's go. Hit the horn.
yeah, man. We're gonna start with a little 3-leg parlay. It's square, but I hope it gets us paid because that's what we're here for. I'm gonna go Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia money line. That's about plus 102, I believe.
Yeah.
Or the best you guys can get, which is probably better than me. But I wouldn't be chasing points. I do think that Tennessee is a dangerous team, so I wouldn't mess with them with the points. And I just think Kirby doesn't lose 2 conference games in a season. He already lost to Alabama at home, so this is not the spot that Bobby Hill gets him to. And then I'm going to go to the Holy War, boys. I think that Utah is going to be colored in blue after this weekend. I think Utah is flawed. They're not a perfect team. They have flaws. I think Texas Tech proved that and showed that, exposed them for what they are. They are overrated. This matchup is going to come down to nothing got in the fourth quarter. Whoever makes that final stop is going to have a chance to win the game. I take the home team on the money line because you guys know I love plus money. My third one is going to be my first game of the day, Georgia Tech money line. I just think with Haynes King and Haynes, yes, those are their names, the dynamic duo running back and quarterback.
Yes, the Hayneses.
Yep.
Those 2 boys, they might as well be brothers. They were cut from the same cloth, but those 2 are winners. Those 2 are making Georgia Tech be undefeated in the ACC and have a chance to actually dominate this division because everybody else, including Miami, is losing games that they shouldn't lose. Mario, the coach last night, yes, the 4 interceptions from Carson Beck didn't help, but also that field position was garbage. They never ever took the game by the horns. That's unexcusable. You know, and when you're Miami, you win those games.
Yeah.
So I just think that Georgia Tech is going to run away with this one. Here, the injuries scare me, but also I think that Duke should already have a loss on their record. And if Sagapulutele was a little bit more experienced, Cal would have beaten them 2 weeks ago. I was on Cal that day at plus money in Berkeley, and how that slipped away and actually turned into a 17-point win for Duke when they were actually down in the first half by 17 is another story for another day. We can debate that for a whole show. That can be a whole show. So those are my plays. Georgia Tech and BYU on the money line singles, and the parlay we already went through, fellas.
Well, Gorky, the only thing I can tell you on is that parlay. So I am going to tell you on that A&M Bama University of Georgia parlay. I'm getting about plus 105 with it. So I'm going to join you there. I've tailed a play on every single one of you guys. I'm going to go over it real quick. Daby Cab's read on Marcel Reed over 33.5 rushing yards. Moose on NIU Ohio under 42. Our guy Kong's on Houston money line. And then my guy Guns ODU plus. I bought plus 3 minus 120. Just bought up. And then I'm tailing my guy Gorky on A&M Bama Georgia money line parlay.
Can I give out another play?
Of course.
Whole other.
Give this play out, Gorky, and then we're going to get out of here and let the people know where they can find you as well.
Don't worry about finding me. Just follow all these guys, and you will find me.
Hell yeah, man.
We are always in touch. It's all about the Pub Sports Radio family. These are my brothers, and being on here with them
Gorky's gonna be with me.
is the biggest honor anybody can ever have. To have such bright minds about sports betting is a tremendous honor.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shout out to you, Gorky. Well, we love having you.
I'm going to talk to you later, dude.
And brother, I can talk to you anytime you want. Guys, my other play is in the CFL. Montreal to win by margin over 13 plus points. Over 12.
Gorky looks like Red Auerbach, like smoking after he just beat like the Lakers in 4 games. Like,
but
dude, he just
where's the bourbon?
But see, the difference is Red Auerbach put that cigar up once he
like,
that's 12 men. I haven't beaten shit yet. It's early in the morning still.
Yeah, but like that's when you could smoke in the garden when it just had this like thin film, like with that parquet floor, and he would just light the cigar in the 4th quarter up 30.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Shout out to you guys, man.
I also like ODU very much. Old Dominion is the type.
Oh my God!
But I would love to know where I can watch this game on a Saturday.
I was yelling at you so much. Dude, the game is on TV. It's JMU and ODU. Just look at it's CBS Sports Network.
It's on TV.
Is it?
It's on ESPNU on my end. I have it on ESPNU.
On an antenna? I mean, dude, it's on YouTube TV. Trust me. I'm telling you, this is the game of the year. This is not like you guys want to watch some of these like top 10 matchups. No, we have a top 10 matchup in the gun belt right now with ODU.
That's right.
My God, man, it's on TV,
2, baby, and they're gonna rematch in the final too.
Hell yeah!
All right, guys, appreciate you guys, man. We're gonna end it there. We got 14 minutes until first kick. Our guy Moose is gonna go take a nap. We're all gonna go lock in and watch these games. Appreciate you guys coming on here as always, man.
Guys,
quality. Shout out to Daby Cab as always.
One thing I am gonna say though.
Yeah,
Guys, member up and join the higher levels of our memberships, because the gold membership gives you the most right to do anything, including be part of the family. Come to the Discord, and for that you need to be at least a silver member. Yes,
yeah, I believe so.
I believe so. So please member up, because that's all that keeps us going.
Gorky, I want you to get us out of here. Daby Cab is going to click us out, but can you leche the bookmakers for us before we get out of here?
I'm not gonna let you, because I'm already holding a cigar and talking to you. It's
All right, let me do it, dude. I'll do it for the
thing,
right?
but
Take it away, guys.
Hey guys.
I am gonna
listen
say,
up.
I am gonna say, let's get fucking paid, okay? Let's take those bookies to the laundry mat, guys.
Let's go.
Here we go, guys. Listen, I'm in the locker room. I'm just coaching you guys. I want you guys to come out of the locker room. I want you to feel like that you got punched in the mouth and you feel the blood just like kind of dripping down the back of your throat. You're not hurt. You're fired up. You're just gonna go out there and you're gonna like put your head in front of a guy and you're gonna piss missile everybody in the book. Like the books, like run into brick walls, guys. We ain't here to lose bets. We are here to dominate the board. And guess what? You want to go and hang out with us? You hit the goddamn like button, because guess what? We are going to dominate the books. We're going to cash some tickets, and we are going to keep dancing all the way through. Let's go, boys. Bang, boom, pow. Close it.